Grinding the arena can be so boring and oftentimes feels like it is not very useful, but there are so many benefits to the arena that I just cannot ignore, and I'm going to share them in this video. But just in case all you care about is units, yes, you can get 2,000 units in a month simply from being in the arena for 20 minutes twice per day. So I'm going to share a few reasons why I believe grinding the arena is very important and useful for your gameplay, and then I'll share some tips as far as how to do it as effectively as possible. First, you can master the basic and essential skills of Marvel Contest of Champions that will help you excel in the difficult content in the game. You will be able to learn and practice new skills in the arena because they are a little bit less high stakes fights and usually a little bit easier, so you can practice the new skills without worrying about having to start a whole quest over again. And of course, the main thing people want is gold and units, as well as shards for champion crystals. And we're going to break down how much time I spent in the arena and how many units I got, as well as how much gold I was able to get. And finally, the 22-hour solo events. There are 2 of them for which you can grind arena to complete all of the milestones quite easily, and that is champion use, as well as of course the arena event. Not only for the solo event, but you can also get milestones in the team event as well. And in doing this, for the solo events especially, you can get revives, health potions, as well as more units from completing those milestones, and it really is not that challenging. If you want, I'll put a link in the description to my unit grinding video, and it talks a little bit more about the solo events there. So now let's take a look at the skills that you could potentially practice in arena. A lot of people struggle with learning to Re Parry. That is definitely an option, and I do have a video specifically that goes into baiting heavy attacks, Re Parrying, and baiting other special attacks as well. And you can see you hold block, and then right after he hits you, you let go and then press block again just in time for the parry as you normally would. Intercepting is also a good option. Baiting out heavy attacks, as you see I did there, is also a very useful skill in harder content. When you attack into a block and very briefly put your block down and then let go and back up, oftentimes they will throw a heavy attack, which makes it very easy to get attacks in when you cannot stun the opponent. It's also very useful to practice shallow evades and intercepts, but you can see I struggle often, especially with champions that have very short range light attacks. So something I've been working on, which I haven't seen in any videos, is what I call the wall intercept, where you can do a shallow evade against the wall, but you do not have to worry about the perfect distancing after your evade because the wall keeps your distance close. So if you evade at the right time, you can intercept the second attack with a light attack and get a whole combo in without having to worry about the perfect timing of a shallow evade. Now you are going to want to practice this with multiple champions and against multiple champions, and you do need to time the dash back a little bit so that it's a bit early, but if you get used to the timing, it can be a very easy way to get an in without having to worry about the perfect shallow evade and getting the exact distancing, and it doesn't really depend as much on the champion's reach that you're using or the champion that you're trying to evade against. So you can just dash back into the corner and then get that shallow evade, but in the corner, so you don't have to worry about the distancing, and then you can combo in some intercepts as well. Another thing you can practice is strike matching, where you evade several of the attacks in the corner, and then once you see that the opponents finished their combo or used their last medium or light attack, then you can evade all of them and then go in with the attack, and that's another way that you can get an easy in. But the more you're in arena using champions you're not usually using and fighting against champions you don't usually fight against, the easier it will be to learn and understand each champion's mechanics and master the parries and timing for evading special attacks, which will all help you get even better when you're doing the more difficult content. And here is an example of backdrafting, which you can see you finish an attack with just 4 attacks, then dash back and immediately dash back in, especially if the champion is aggressive. So let's take a look at the time I spent in the arena during this last 3-day period, so half of a week, and take a look at the rewards that I was able to get during that time. Now there was the tier 4 basic catalyst arena, so I spent most of my 5-star grinding time using them in this arena rather than the 4-star featured arena. So that will change the rewards a little bit. So let's take a look here at what I hit for the milestones. So in the 4-star basic arena, we'll get that one out of the way right away. I spent 43 minutes total, and it was in increments of about 5 to 10 minutes each. So the first 9 minutes got me to the streak of 5, and then 13 minutes more I got to streak 11, and then I spent a 9 minutes period to get the first tier 4 basic. That would have been about 22 minutes total for the first one, and then after that another 13 minutes to get to the last one with a streak of 25. And then obviously I didn't get any rank rewards with just the 2 million there. So I spent a total of 43 minutes there to get the 2 of those tier 4 basics. I also got 3,000 gold, 2,500 battle chips, and 30 units. And then we'll go with the 6-star arena next. And again, I'm going to have a table or at least a sheet showing all of this breakdown later. So I spent a total of 34 minutes in this arena, and I only went to 2 million points. And so I spent 18 minutes to get to a streak of 9. So I used some 5 stars first to a streak till I got a streak of 5, which is 3 times points. And then I did a round with 4 rounds with my 6 stars, because now I can do the 4 full rounds worth, and got to a streak of 9, which got me to 1 million points. And so 18 minutes got me to 1 million points, which classifies for rank rewards, and got me 15 units there. Adding on an extra 18 minutes, so pretty even there, got me the next million points to get the addition of those ones. So a pretty even split as far as points to rewards. Plus I also got this monthly gamma radiation. The next arena we'll take a look at is I call it the 4 to 5-star arena, because I use my 5 stars primarily there. So we'll look at the rewards, and the first round through, I spent my best 5-star champions on the tier 4 basic arena. So I was very limited, and I ended up having more time spent here because I was using weaker champions. But on the second round through, I was able to use my top champions in this arena, and so I only had to spend 45 minutes to get 75 units instead of the 15 to 30 units from the 40 minutes of time spent there. I also got more gold and battle chips out of it because I completed more of the milestones. So I actually found that this was a fairly efficient arena, but the 4-star basic arena was actually much more efficient as far as time spent to units earned. So I think from now on in this arena, I'm just going to use my rank 4 to 5-star champions so I can do the fights as quick as possible, and ideally get at least past the milestone that gives the maximum amount of gold. And at that point, I'll probably invest most of my remaining time into the 4-star basic arena using 4 stars. The next arena is the 4-star basic arena. So I used only my 4 stars in this one, and I only spent 20 minutes of my time in this arena, which is less than most of the other ones. And I got a streak of 11 with that, and I got past the rank rewards and ended up getting 45 units out of that, 4,500 battle chips and 23,000 gold, which is actually a better haul than the other arenas, which I had to spend more time in. And then finally, I did the 3-star arena just to see how we could do and how long it would take. I only spent 24 minutes in this arena, which is one of the lowest times in the arena. And I did throw on some boosts for one little round, probably only on like 12 or 15 champions, and we got down to the 2,400,000 mark there, which got us a total of 17,500 gold and 4,000 battle chips, as well as 30 units. So definitely not too shabby. And it would be really easy to continue clearing these milestones, especially if you use tons of boosts that you have in overflow, and it would stack up quite nicely with a limited time required. And finally, we do have to look at the rank rewards that we did get. So from this arena, a little bit of 4-star shards, and then we got another little bit of 4-star shards again. And then we got some 5-star shards from, I think this was this 6-star arena, as well as some greater arena boosts. So just a little bit extra of those 5-star shards from the little bit of time spent in the arena is definitely nice to pick up. And then again, the last arena, not too much worthwhile from that, but hey, if you're lower level, then definitely you're still expanding your 3 and 4-star roster. That's definitely nice to pick up. So now I'm just going to quickly break it all down side by side based on what I did. I actually even did the second round of arena and tried the more efficient way that I had mentioned, where I just throw in the top champions within each arena. I did all the arenas again, but there was no tier 4 basic or tier 1 alpha arena, so I could put that all into the 4-star featured arena. And so just a couple basic general rules that I learned was 5 rounds usually takes about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how difficult the matches are. And if it's earlier on or you're using your best champions, then it'll be a little bit quicker. If you're using champions that might have a little bit more of a challenge around the like 10 to 12 streak, then it might take a little bit longer. I also found that if you're efficient with your champions, you can get about 1 million in the 4-star featured arena using only 5 stars within about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on which champions you're using during the hard rounds. Now, the 6-star tally, I basically did the exact same both rounds. The second round, it ended up being 36 minutes, and you can see the gold battle chips and units there will tally it all up at the end, and you can see the kind of breakdown of how many minutes I spent to get to each milestone. That's all based off of the first round through. Now, the 4 to 5-star arena, I did much more efficiently, so I only spent 6 minutes longer, 45 minutes total. And I got all the way up to, I think it was the 2 million milestone. So I ended up getting 75 units instead of the 15 or basically 30 units that I would have got. The gold was better and the battle chips was better, a lot better, because I hit a lot more milestones. In the 4-star arena, I did end up spending more time, so 44 minutes. The gold was about the same because I had already hit all the gold milestones. The battle chips was almost double or more than double. And the units was double as well, 90 units for 44 minutes. So you can see for the time invested, already the 4-star arena is looking better because for the same amount of time, I got 90 units instead of 75 and almost the same amount of time, 30 units was in the 6-star arena. So the 4-star arena is much more beneficial so far for the units. And very similarly, the 3-star arena, 47 minutes spent there to finish the entire milestone list and get the 3-star, and I picked up 64 units from that, as well as 9k battle chips and the same 17.5k gold. So the most value for your time is going to come from the 4-star arena, and after that, I would say from the 4 to 5-star or the 4-star featured arena using your best 5-star champions. You don't have to hit all the milestones. Just throw your top your top champions in there for like 3 or 4 rounds each time they're available, and it only takes maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and you can get through those, and you'll start to add up the milestones. And so this ended up being a lot more efficient. This tier 4 basic arena is from the first round, and only 30 units came from that one, and it took about the same amount of time invested in all the other arenas. So not as good for the units, but you get the tier 4 basics. So here's the breakdown. For the first 3 days, I spent 154 minutes total in the arena, which comes out to 51 minutes a day, or about 25 minutes twice a day. I think it was over 50,000 units, but I had made a mistake in my keeping track, so I had to do some estimates. But then the gold I got was 102 from the milestones plus 116k from the battle chips, so about 218k total from that 3-day grind. The units I got was 165 from the arena milestones, plus I only got 75 from the battle chips. I only spent 50,000 battle chips, and maybe the RNG got me a little bit there. So I totaled 240 units from that 3-day period. When you multiply that by 2 for 2 rounds per week, and then multiply by 4 for 4 weeks in a month, that all comes out to almost 2 million gold and almost 2,000 battle chips. And that was with very inefficient champion use in the arenas. When we kind of optimized my champion use for the second 3 days, I spent a total of 172 minutes. It was over the weekend, so I had a little bit extra time to put into it, which was just a little bit more time than the previous one at 57 units per day, or 30 minutes twice a day. Or you can split it to 20 minutes 3 times a day, depending on when you get your free time. Now, for battle chips, I ended up getting 83,000, and I kept very close track of that. So it did come out to 83,000. So the gold was 119k, which was actually very similar to the milestone gold from previously. But with the battle chips, I got a lot more, 183k, which came to 302k gold for the 3-day period. And the units from the milestones, I got a lot more. I got 259, plus from the battle chips, another 120. So that was 379 units for 3-day period. Multiplied to average over a month is almost 2.5 million gold and over 3,000 units from simply putting in 20 minutes 2 or 3 times a day. Now that is a little bit more than I would typically do on average, and that most people would have the chance to do. So what I did was I cut out the 6-star arena and redid the calculation. So if I take out all the time invested from the 6-star arena, remove the units earned from those milestones, and remove the battle chips earned from those milestones and those fights, averages out, a rough estimate is about 309 units for that 3-day period, and that only requires 45 minutes per day or 15 minutes 3 times a day, and that comes out to 2,479 units in a 1-month period. Now you might be thinking, that's still a lot more time than I have available. 15 minutes 3 times a day is a bit much to ask, but I could maybe only do 10 to 15 minutes twice per day. I would estimate that would still get you between 1,500 to 2,000 units per month only from the arena. That's not even including doing the completion and exploration from the monthly event quests. So I do understand that grinding arena is tedious and is time consuming, but really to get lots of units each month, you do not have to invest your entire life into the arena. You can get a significant amount of units from simply putting in 10 to 15 minutes 2 to 3 times per day whenever you find some downtime, whether it's in the morning before you're getting ready for work, whether it's at night before you're going to bed, or on your lunch break throughout the day, or while you're killing time on a bus ride or something like that. That 10 to 15 minutes that you can just simply throw your champions into arena that doesn't require a lot of effort can add up to a lot of units over time. And if you add that up over a 3 to 6 month period, you can get a large amount of units that will be extremely helpful for clearing content and even spending on the limited time unit deals that they come around several times a year. So unfortunately, this video ended up being longer than I'd hoped, but my main takeaways from this video is that even a little bit of time spent in the arena can make a big difference on your unit gain. Another big takeaway for me is that pushing high milestones in one arena is not as valuable, but spreading out your time in multiple arenas using only your top champions can have a more significant impact on your earned units. So from now on, when I'm pressed for time, I will focus on the 4-star basic arena, as well as putting my top 5-star champions into the 4-star featured arena, and then spreading out my time to the other arenas when I have it available. So I do hope this video and this detailed breakdown was helpful to give you a better idea of the effort that you need to put into the arena to get the units gained that you would like to see. And also, let's not forget the increased skills that you can gain from doing all these fights in arena over time will definitely make you a better player. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.